Welcome back to the channel. We have Squishy Makeover, as requested by everybody, if views are any indication of what people want to watch. There's one Squishy that is going to have to be Mariah Elizabeth. Yes, I just used her name as a verb. But I am no Mariah Elizabeth, so don't get your hopes up too high. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, our first candidate today is this little puppy. Colors are not too bad. Nothing's really hurting my eyes. And knowing what I've done to this guy, I wonder if I really made him over. I'm gonna have to let you be the judge of this. Let's get started. This puppy is now a blank slate, and at this point, I really had absolutely no idea what I should do with this dog. I did know I wanted to give him a pink nose, though. I saw some dogs with pink noses when I was looking for ideas, and I was like, oh, I don't think I've done that before. A cute little pink nose. Too bad this pink is so flippin' bright, and I can't really paint with paintbrush. Maybe Posca's the way to go with this? It's a little bit lighter and a lot more control, that's for sure. So as I'm procrastinating trying to figure out how to do this dog, I did see eyes that went with the pink nose that I really liked. I would love to lie and tell you that these creepy eyes end up looking better, but I don't know that they do. Especially that one on the left that looks completely crooked. I mean, and I've got black on my hand now. I tried to fix it. I can say that I did try over and over again to make it look better, but I don't know that I succeeded. If you think this looks weird and creepy, just wait.
Just wait.
You know when you have an idea to make something better and it just kind of makes it worse, but you don't want to touch it because it could always be worse than this? That's what's happening here right now. Some color maybe. More blue. More blue!
You got it all inside.
Well, that's all the blue Poscas I have. Enough stalling, time to get to the design. So as a challenge to myself, I thought I might try mixing two dogs together. And so this is gonna be a Beagle and an Australian Shepherd, hopefully. I mean, it's a lot of different patterns. It may not look like either one of them. I don't know if it looks that great. It's a very interesting take on dog colors. You be the judge. First, I'm gonna put on some beagly colors, but honestly, it's kind of looking like some sort of weird clown dog at this point. These colors are really bright, and I don't have a lot of confidence after this eye situation. Also, everything is weirdly uneven. Look at that nose. Glasses, where are you? Now we've entered the part of the process. It looks like I'm making a meerkat. It does actually look more like a dog after this brown spots get on, but I forgot that with Poscas, they dry and crack. So here's me painting everything with Poscas and not thinking about the fact that everywhere the Poscas are is gonna be cracked. Right now I'm thinking this looks like one of those animals that you can get and draw on it and then give it a bath or whatever. And this isn't helping that there's like clear sharp lines and then some blending here that I thought I might do by ruining this orange Posca. I don't know what I'm doing with this dog. So now it's time to address the pattern on the back of a beagle's head. We've got a loop down here that goes up to the ear, and we're gonna fill that in with crackly Posca and then make a huge, totally uneven other loop on this side. Oh my God, okay, can I bring this back? What was I thinking? What is happening with me? Okay, I might have fixed it, maybe. Just wait till you see what else I do. Yeah, that looks all right. Because we are mixing a spotted Australian Shepherd looking dog with the Beagle, I'm putting a little bit of spots in the Beagle coloring to kind of blend them two together. I was really enjoying how this looked, so I went a little bit crazy. Let's finish filling in this big old Beagle back spot, and then I can start adding the Australian Shepherd patches. The plan is to put in this light gray and then come back in with the splotches and splooches, and that's going to be the Australian Shepherd part of this puppy. Last little bit of base gray, and now we can come in with our splotches. Honestly, this might be a strange dog combination, but I was very proud of the way this Australian Shepherd pattern came out. It really looks right, to me at least. While I have this black Posca out, I figured I might put some black spots in places because beagles have that, and it kind of almost helps it blend more with the black spots of the Australian Shepherd. Let's get this tail black too, and that way it'll look better against this brown back, hopefully. Now we're just going to add a little more fluff to the end of the tail like we did on top of the head to show that it's also an Australian Shepherd. It is time to wrap this puppy up in a bow, and we will paint this bow. But first I'm just trying to highlight some of the little paw features that you can't see because everything is white. So I put a little bit of brown, don't know how much I love it, but it's on here now, and so we're dealing with it. And of course we can't forget the toe beans. Let's get one done. Now we flip over to the other side, and that one kind of bled onto the leg. That's okay, I can fix that with the white Posca in just a second. Now the bow. I wanted to do it pink to match the nose and the beans, but when I put this on, I hated it. I really thought it looked terrible, which is crazy because looking at it now, it looks just fine. Actually pretty nice, I think. But here I am saying this looks gross, why do I keep coloring it? So I decided to make it a little darker. We're gonna jump ahead to a different color by blending some red Posca with this wet pink Posca, so it wasn't just super bright, but kind of, I don't know, not the same color as the toe beans. I guess it looks okay, it's not bad. can't forget eye shines. I know the eyes are already pretty sparkly and weird, but this might make them look better. Yeah, sort of. All right, time to compare and contrast. All right, on the left we have a perfectly respectable puppy squishy. Nothing too weird about it, except for it's like wearing a bodysuit. On the right, we have a bit of a crackly mess. The idea I think was cute. Eyes are weird. Execution maybe didn't work as well as I wish it did. On to the next squishy. This is a cute one. Came in a pack. Nothing on it. I think my daughter tried to paint it. I like the gray. I'm a big fan of gray, but it's not the best paint job. At least this was, oh, I see some eyes on here. Those are kind of cute. I was going to say at least this is fabric paint. So let's whiten this guy up. Trusty fabric paint. This guy white. It's spray paint and it's fabric paint. Unlike the puppy squishy, I had a pretty good idea what I wanted to do with this one, so I jumped right in with the fabric paint, trying to do some pink ears, but it was way too translucent, so I switched gears and used my trusty Posca. Somehow it didn't crack in the ears like it was on the puppy. I don't know what the magic command is, but this definitely looks much sharper. You can see it now. That's right, we're going straight into the face. That's something I like to leave for last most of the time. I think I did the face first in the last one too. Anyway, oops. God. All right, let me just clean this up first.
Come on!
Now that that's clean, I'm going to redraw these more evenly, hopefully, with the cap to the fabric paint. Ooh, this is kind of bouncing around. That's all right, we'll fix it. Whoa, that is much bigger than original. That's okay, it's gonna look cute. I like it like this. Let's stick this other one on there and move forward. Now with all the preliminary pieces in place, hopefully with this line work to separate the chocolate part of the cake from the white frosting that I'm going to leave on here, you will get an idea of what this is going to be. You can probably figure it out right about now. I am about to make these completely uneven though. I just can't see. I need to put glasses on. I need to stop messing around. I really wanted to keep these horns white, but it was kind of hard to see them. I mean, these ears will be brown, so they'll pop out, but the frosting down below here is gonna stay white, so these poor horns are gonna lose the battle, I think. Time to separate the chocolate from the vanilla. I did end up covering the cake in chocolate Posca, but I didn't want it all crackly, so I switched gears and went back to the super chocolatey fabric paint. I mean, it came out of the bottle just like this. Look at this. It looks like I'm painting with actual chocolate. My mouth is watering. I am following the molding lines back here because the top is going to be chocolate frosting and the bottom will be chocolate cake, which does show up a little bit darker than chocolate frosting. Before I make this chocolate dark though, I'm going to make some light chocolate for the inside of this ear. I wanted it to be pale, just like the pink part, give a little contrast. To make this chocolate dark, I mixed the regular chocolate fabric paint with some black and it actually turned a little bit grayish. I probably should have tried to, I don't want warm it up with maybe some orange or something, but I don't know. I was already committed to this color. I liked it. It just doesn't look that great with the warm chocolate brown. It's fine. There are a lot of other things to dislike about what happens with this cake. This one is the least of our problems. Now that this chocolate cake is literally chocolating, I'm going to address this flower mold on top. I like the idea of giving this little skull a crown with greenery and just a little bit of flowers. I'm gonna largely ignore all the flowers on the top of this cake. I don't know, it just seems kind of, if you know what I mean. As I was coloring in the flower crown, I realized that the brown chocolate flowers are way more visible somehow. So just like my Yeti, I thought maybe if I just do some texture with the fabric paint, I might be able to blend a little bit. I mean, come on. I don't like texture when I'm trying to make it smooth, but this is your time to shine texture. Make it look like chocolate swirls on top. Okay, so I know I wanted to keep these horns white, but they just weren't popping. Something wasn't right about them, so I went back to my standby, the gold horns, of course. And I think they look better like this, but, ooh, do they, like, clash with that gray chocolate?
Like that.
Just in case the colors on this cake weren't weird enough, I decided to add this super fluorescent pink for the flowers, just to top it all off. I think all of these colors maybe look fantastic by themselves, but I'm not sure if I like this all together. Just 0 for 2 on design choices today. But really, the bottom line question is, does it look better than before? I honestly don't know. It didn't look like anything before. It was just dark gray and light gray, and you couldn't really see what was going on. So maybe it looks better? You be the judge. I know this is one of my longer videos, but it's Squishy Makeover, so that's okay, right? And look at this guy. He needs all the help. This is what I was talking about, having to Mariah Elizabeth one of my squishies. All this crusty stuff, that is all acrylic paint. I think my daughter did this when she was 7, so now I have to scrape it all off. The camera can barely focus on what's happening here because it's so gruesome. Why is this part of his ear so crunchy? What the heck is in this ear? Ew, did she try to do like an ear repair? What is this made out of? What is this stuff? It's really sticky and hard. Ugh, did this come in this squishy or was this my daughter's smart? I don't know. This is really gross. I hope it doesn't rip all the ear off, but it's gotta come out. It feels disgusting. Ugh, there's one on this side too, and it's even, ew. It feels like I'm pulling something out of the ear. This is gross. Why is it crunchy and sticky? It's not fabric glue, is it? Did someone fix this? Oh God, what am I gonna do with this? So luckily my dogs like to rip up their beds, so I have lots of this fluff that I can use to reform these ears, and then puffy paint. So my only knowledge of fixing squishies comes from Mariah Elizabeth, and she actually knows how to do this and I don't, so now we smooth it, right? Is that gonna work? I feel like we've tried this on another squishy and it was kind of bumpy and didn't look great. Let me do my best. I am trying. Well, it dried kind of okay. There's not too much texture, better than I thought it was going to be, so let's make it all white. So remember when I said if I don't know what to do, I just pick a color and I throw it on there and we just have to figure it out from there? That's what's happening with this. Wasn't really sure where to go. It's obviously some sort of sandwich or burger. I don't know how to make it look much different, but I picked red and it's going on, and then we'll have to, figure out what we do next. Okay, well, you're really in trouble when the only thing you can think of is rainbow, and then you start painting something red and pink, like they're supposed to both be in the same rainbow. There's only like pieces of whatever this was, cheese sticking out too, so it's kind of hard to make it look like a rainbow We're gonna have to really rack our brains on this one. So the next color in the rainbow is obviously orange, but I'm putting this orange on and it looks weird. Why does it look weird? Probably because there's pink in between the red and the orange. So I'm gonna have to switch gears. And I'm thinking maybe just a lighter orange would look better. And of course that old orange wasn't dry, so I've got some light orange and dark orange all smeared together and all over the place, and it's not going on very well. I'm also finding lots of cracks in between these lines that I didn't know were there. Had I known they were there, I would have filled them with some puffy paint or something, but they didn't show up until after I had put on this white base coat. So that's where we are right now. And we're all thinking
it's not that much fun to watch somebody color an entire squishy with Poscas.
That's okay, because guess what? I got my spit together and I figured out what I'm doing. This is going to be a giant macaron. The top and bottom will both be red. As you can see, I'm painting with actual paint and not Poscas. Just for the top and bottom though. These middle pieces, it's going to be too sloppy, and it's easier to touch up with Poscas. It just is. Yes, a lot of this bottom is disgusting. I couldn't see any of it. I should have fixed it first. My bad. Next time, guys. Next time. As for this time, don't worry, I'm going to put on another coat. This is not very opaque, but let's get the middle done as well and finish up this freaking video. Hit it. Filling is finished. Now it's time for a little face. Of course, I'm going to give it a face. It has ears, but I'm going to try and make it a little bit different. So if you're wondering, this is a strawberry macaroon with strawberry as the first filling, a apricot as the second filling, and the last filling is a lemon right in the middle. It's probably easy to say anything could be better than what the original looked like. I mean, it was pretty disgusting. But this lumpy, bumpy mess with cracks might be my favorite of the 3 squishy makeovers. It needs a lot of work still. I should have filled in all these holes, but thanks for coming with me, and it's time for your treat.